Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, giving away a free 50 caliber musket or flintlock pistol with every IT purchase in July to celebrate the 4th of July. Go to toppingtechnologies.com to learn more. Lastly, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, well, last Friday was a dark day indeed. CrowdStrike had a major outage that kneecapped a myriad of businesses, pretty much in every sector. So let's just say I didn't get, Thursday night and then Friday morning, I didn't get much sleep because, again, I'm an IT company where we actually resell and install enterprise solutions such as CrowdStrike, which, again, is one of the most secure cybersecurity solutions on the planet, bar none. And the CEO is very adamant that this was not a cybersecurity incident. So the company was not breached. All the customer and user data is protected. However, their update caused an outage that caused a lot of companies to creep to a standstill until a workaround temporarily was, created and pushed out. And granted, by the time this video is rendered, hopefully everything is, a-okay, because again, they're working around the clock. But yeah, it's not good. Now, interestingly enough, one of the first places I heard about was the, cybersecurity forums, and but nevertheless, one of the fancier places would be Forbes. And they mentioned, yep, CrowdStrike Windows outage, what happened and what to do next. Now they say, quote, a CrowdStrike update is breaking computers running Windows, causing them to crash and display the horrific blue screen of death, which is, yeah, if you're a Windows user, you know that screen very well. It's one of those things where you kind of grow up with it, and it's a constant form of frustration. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some IT tech guys that that's like the nightmare, just seeing that screen every day. But I partially digress. They say that across industries, companies around the world have not been able to reboot according to free reports. Firms affected by the outage included Sky News, which is unable to broadcast. They also say concerned users have taken to forums such as Reddit to report the issue, with one user saying, wow, stuck in a boot loop, the entire org taken out. Now, they say what happened. As you gathered, issue with CrowdStrike cybersecurity software is causing the widespread global issue. Engineers at the company said that they were working on the issue, which affects the Falcon sensor product. CrowdStrike calls Falcon, quote, the CrowdStrike platform purpose-built to stop breaches via the unified set of cloud-delivered technologies that prevent all types of attacks, including malware and much more. I mean, technically, the terms and conditions did not say anything about outages or updates. I'm trying to be kidding, of course. It is actually costing companies millions of dollars in downtime, which is quite concerning. I see that the IT outages has affected airports, businesses, and broadcasters. Planes have been grounded in the U.S. Trains in UK are also impacted, as well as boarding scanners at Edinburgh Airport in Scotland. Microsoft said it is taking, quote, mitigation actions after service issues that it started at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Company says it's investigating the issues and the cloud services in the U.S., and the issue is widespread. Now, going straight to the horse's mouth, got George Kurtz, who is the founder and CEO. Now, this is his X-Twitter account, and George says, quote, CrowdStrike is actively working with customers impacted by a defect found in a single content update for Windows host. Mac and Linux hosts are not impacted. This is not a security incident or a cyber attack. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been deployed. We refer customers to the support portal for the latest updates and will continue to provide complete and continuous updates on our website. We further recommend organizations ensure they're communicating with CrowdStrike representatives through official channels. Our team is fully mobilized to ensure the security and stability of CrowdStrike customers, unquote. And that went viral to say the least. Now, George is, he's pretty especially popular in the IT world, but on X Twitter, relative to other, big profiles, he doesn't have like hundreds of millions of followers. Actually, now that I think about it, I think he has about 36.9 thousand followers. That being said, this got 7.6 million views and 19,000 likes. So, as youth might say, that went viral to say the least. And, I mean, it sounds very buttoned up, very much a political statement in terms of, telling people this is the issue and ensuring it's not cybersecurity related, which, again, it's already causing their stock to crash by double digits. which one might argue is already overvalued, being over $300 per share when the competition is like $20 per share. But nevertheless, if it was a cybersecurity issue, I think their stock would have crashed by 50% if it was cybersecurity related, and they're actually losing customer data. Again, this is still a big issue. Now, some of the top comments comes from Chris Bake saying, quote, translation from corporate speak, CrowdStrike broke your business today, but remember, you are the problem, not us. We won't provide any helpful information here. Remember, you actually should be apologizing for us for using computers in your business. All boo-hoo. You couldn't run your company on carrier pigeons alone. We will fix the problem when we get around to it, or we won't. Log into your support portal, which is presumably down right now, for more info. Get a grip. That got 2.8 thousand likes. Now, that being said, there's already a workaround that smart people at like 2 in the morning, at least Friday morning, last Friday, they already found it and they were already telling customers, and people like me were also telling our customers, helping them get through that. So there's a temporary workaround. So again, thankfully, most customers by now, they're already back up and running. And again, I'm actually surprised George didn't say this in his particular post. Let me actually go to his direct, if there's anything updated. Yeah, let's see. We'll read two more comments on that one. Though he does have an update, actually. Let's see. Vanessa says, translation, have you tried turning it off and on again? Gave 58 likes, which, hilariously enough, that does, well, right? The engineers that work with me, they hate when I say it, but sometimes the magic machine is fixed by a quick little restart. It just happens to fix a lot of the issues when it comes to Windows in general. Will Gadet says, where's the apology to users, George? Which, that got 1.2 thousand likes. We have Ali saying, LOL, why are you pushing an update Friday early morning? Getting 3.6 thousand likes. Yeah, that's not best practice. Let's just say that much. Goonie Coast says, you sound like we should say we're sorry to you, getting 3.2 thousand likes. Sports, Politics, and Watch says, long time learning, never push updates on Friday, getting 4.2 thousand likes. Which again, yeah, there's a reason you don't do these things on Friday. Motivational Affair says, happy International Blue Screen Day. And it's a picture of everyone in the office or in the conference table. They have like five laptops out on the blue screen. Hilariously enough, that one gal actually, they look really excited. Which, it got 222 likes for that particular post. Which, again, it's one of those things where, yeah, you might be excited. You're not, don't have to work. But at the same time, your company's losing money. Which, depending on your org structure, your business size and scale, they might actually dock your pay or alternate your pay somehow. Now, going back to George, what's his update? They do have a really cool racing team, so that's his profile picture. It's the Mercedes GT, which fortunately does not come with a stick shift, although it is a awesome V8. Now, his latest update, a little bit longer here. He says, quote, today, again, this was last Friday, he said, today was not security or cyber incident, which he really wants to drive that home, which, again, being the CEO of the best known industry leading cybersecurity company, I understand he wants to drive that point home every second of the day. I understand why he's saying that, even if it might seem a little redundant. But nevertheless, he says again, today was not security or a cyber incident. Our customers remain fully protected. True. He says, quote, we understand the gravity of the situation and are deeply sorry for the inconvenience and disruption. We are working with all impacted customers to ensure the systems are back up and they can deliver the services to their customers are counting on. As noted earlier, the issue has been identified and a fix has been deployed. There was an issue on a Falcon content update for Windows host. For the latest information that we will continue to update, please refer to the CrowdStrike website. Perfect. He actually did include a URL to the blog, or the specific part of the website. He says, also my post on LinkedIn, as well as X, I will continue to provide updates for our community and the industry as they become available, unquote. Getting 1.3 thousand likes and 5.7 thousand, well, like the Willy Wonka moment. Stop, wait that, reverse it. 1.3 million views and 5.7 thousand likes, which, again, I think, yeah, at least he did fit. I'm not sure if this is actually him tweeting it or is, an administrator or someone helping him, but at least he did, kind of cliche to say, but it does go a long way to admit you made a mistake by just saying you're sorry or, we made a mistake. Again, I know, unfortunately, due to the United States, with how extremely litigious our society has become, it's one of those things where you're like kind of drilled in your head, never apologize, especially in a car accident, any of that kind of stuff. Because again, they could get sued and all that kind of stuff. So, given the terms and conditions and the carve-outs, that these contracts are very favorable to the manufacturers and the host of these technologies to account for these types of things, because otherwise they would probably be sued into oblivion. Now, some of the top responses from this particular update. Hold up the laptop here as my eyesight is not as good as it used to be. Oh, see here. The first one goes from Willie saying, yeah, hard to become compromised when you take your systems offline. Thanks. Getting 735 likes. Daniel Oakley says, CrowdStrike didn't experience a cybersecurity incident. They were the cybersecurity incident. Getting 610 likes. Which, oh, this is hilarious. So, someone by the name of Lux Augo says, the fix. And someone takes out this might date me, a Nintendo 64 cartridge and blows on it. And the cartridge, the name, instead of the video game saying like GoldenEye or Super Mario Bros. 64 or Super Smash Bros. 64, it's just a blue screen of death. And that got 376 likes. Dan176 says, keep it off for a bit more, George. Don't want to work today. Getting 395 likes. Michael Foley says, your company will probably go bankrupt or worse from this, getting 458 likes. Really? No, I don't think so. Granted, I'm not giving financial advice, but given the size, scope of the company, and unlike their competitors, they finally got to the point where they are making a profit. Not a lot relative to the company revenue, but again, that is very common for a lot of these big, large tech companies that take years to get to profitability. W33T says, can't attack an endpoint if it's offline, so good strategy, getting 362 likes. Ooh, Keith Nicholson says, so it's not good, and it's a MRI machine that has a blue screen death, getting 523 likes. So not great news for CrowdStrike. Good news for the competition. There are competitive things out there. This guy is really going viral, last known this. Vincent Filibuster. He says, quote, first day at CrowdStrike, pushed a little update and taking the afternoon off. And yeah, he got like 9 million views on Twitter. And again, a lot of people are saying he's just a trolling account. That's kind of a funny explanation. So it'll be interesting to see how this affects CrowdStrike's, quarterly earnings. And I mean, their stock, I mean, again, I'm not saying you should or should not buy it. It is at a drastic discount. And yeah, I mean, the demand for cybersecurity is always going to be there. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, they've been the industry leader for years. Does this actually give any hope to their competitors to grow more? Will this cause people to move away? Keep in mind, most businesses are on 12, 24, 36 month contracts with these types of software solutions. So it's not like a lot of them are going to stop their renewal right now necessarily, though granted some are always up for renewal. That's why I don't think there's a high propensity or high odds that it'll go bankrupt overnight. But let me know, I mean, was your business or your employer affected by this? Were you able to get work done last Friday? And let me know in the comments. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.